Hello everyone, welcome to the Evil Empire. I'm your host, Evil Empire, and this is the Historic Brawl miniseries, Chapter 1, Liliana, Waker of the Dead. Today's deck is a Liliana tribal deck. It also has a Reanimator theme and a Zombie tribal theme. And before I get into the deck tech, I wanted to mention that because Historic Brawl is not a permanent format on Arena, the way Standard Brawl is, this is something where I had to record the entire mini-series in one day when they were allowing people to play Historic Brawl through an FNM event. So if Historic Brawl is a type of a format that you'd like to see more of, please share this content widely and show Wizards that this is a format that should come to Arena permanently. I know I'd be really stoked to have Historic Brawl as a format that we could play all the time. So one way to enable that is to show how popular it is. By liking and commenting and sharing this video. And please come back for chapters 2, 3, and 4 in the subsequent weeks. I'm going to be releasing one video each week on Wednesday in this mini-series of Historic Brawl. So having said that, let's now take a look at what's going on with this deck. So Liliana, Waker of the Dead is a 4-mana planeswalker. In essence, her +1 ability is going to help us fill our graveyard. It's going to make our opponent discard a card of their choice, and it's also going to force them to lose 3 life if they can't discard that card. So the -3 ability is removal, and then the -7 is an emblem that says at the beginning of combat on your turn, put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, and it gains haste. Two things are really notable about that emblem. One, it's a graveyard, so it can be an opponent's graveyard. It doesn't have to be just yours. And then the second thing that's notable about the emblem is the creature that you reanimate gains haste before combat. So you're able to attack with it that exact turn that you've reanimated it with this emblem ability. So that's a really strong emblem. Let's take a look at some of the reanimator targets that we have in the deck. So the biggest body that we can get out of the graveyard is Villa's Broker of Blood. He also has an ability that's going to allow us to pay a swamp, pay 2 life, and give target creature -1/-1 until end of turn. And then that ability is also going to trigger his second ability whenever we pay that 2 life, and in fact whenever we lose life at all, whether our opponent's attacking us or casting a lightning strike at our face, we draw that many cards. So it's going to start getting out of hand pretty quickly. Anytime we lose life or even just activate this ability, we'll be drawing cards off of Villas. The other reanimator targets in the highest mana slot are Lotless Giant to finish off our opponent's life total, Massacre Worm to kill all their creatures and then make them lose 2 life anytime a creature dies, even after that. Liliana is there for card advantage and to make a bunch of zombie tokens that we can use to either sack and get back other creatures, or we can use them to just beat down our opponent. Demon Lord Bells Unlock has a lot of really great hits in this deck. We have more than a dozen cards that are CMC 4 or greater that this card can hit with its ETB ability. So every time we're reanimating this 6/6 flying trample demon, elder demon, excuse me, we're also getting that ETB ability that's going to refill our hand with some higher CMC spells. And then in the 5-mana slot, we have a few reanimator targets. We have Cavalier of Night, which is one that we would love to get back and recur that ETB ability. Sir Conrad the Grim is one that we'd really rather have on the battlefield anyway, but we wouldn't mind reanimating it. It would be a fine target for reanimation. Grey Merchant is going to drain our opponent when we reanimate it, so that's certainly one that we like to have the ETB ability on that. And then those are pretty much all the reanimator targets in the deck. I mean, I guess you wouldn't mind getting back a Josu Vess or something like that, but those are the higher CMC reanimator targets. Briefly, before we move off of this section of the deck, I just want to point out the other Liliana Planeswalkers that are here. Liliana Death's Majesty is going to help us by milling and filling our graveyard as well as making tokens. And then we can return a creature card from our graveyard to the battlefield with the -3 ability. It's also going to become a zombie if it wasn't already when we bring it in. So we make our Sir Conrad into a zombie or our Cavalier of Night into a zombie if we wish to. And then the other Liliana Planeswalker, the 4th Liliana that we have, is Untouched by Death from M19. She's going to help us by milling cards and making the opponent lose life, and we gain life if we mill a zombie. We can also use it as a removal spell if we have a large zombie army. And then the -3 ability is actually can be activated as soon as Liliana Untouched by Death comes down, and that'll let us just cast zombie cards right out of our graveyard. You're probably not going to be using that as soon as she comes down because you're going to want to have the mana open. You might use that the following turn. The 4 mana that you use to cast Liliana, you'd want to have your full amount of mana available to use that, but it's a pretty cheap ultimate ability, only a -3. Whisper Blood Liturgist is if we get a large token army or just a few creatures lying around that we're not able to attack with, we can sacrifice those creatures and return a creature card from our graveyard to the battlefield. Now it has to be 2 of them, so that's kind of a large cost. But if we're making a bunch of zombie tokens anyway, we can just start sacking them to gain to reanimate something. In the 3 mana slot, I'm not going to go over everything, but we have 1 card from Jumpstart here with Doomed Necromancer, and then our 2 lords are in this mana slot, so we have Lord of the Accursed and Death Baron. Then we have Herald's Horn, another Jumpstart card. This card originally came out in Commander 2017, and it was so popular that even as just an uncommon, the card jumped to more than $10 in paper. So we see here it has a few different little abilities that all kind of add up to like a little bit of ramp and a little bit of a card advantage engine. We only have 13 zombie creatures in the deck, so we're not really going to hit on the card advantage ability all the time, but at least it's something to be able to look at the top card of our library, see what's coming. If it is a zombie, which we have 13 zombies in the deck, we get to put that into our hand and then draw a different card. So it can be card advantage occasionally, as well as it is ramp for us. It's going to make our zombie cards cost 1 less to cast. The rest of the lower CMC spots are filled out with some utility creatures and just things that are good to reanimate. So Archfiend Vessel is going to make us a 5/5 when it comes back. Deadeye Tracker is a bit of a utility creature for Graveyard Hate, and it's going to help us to hit land drops by exploring if we sink a little mana into it. And then Dread Wanderer is a zombie that we can recur from our graveyard if we have 1 card in hand. Eternal Taskmaster, perhaps the weakest zombie in the deck since it ETB's tapped, but we'll be able to pay a little bit of mana to get some creature cards back to our hand with it. Mire Triton is excellent in that it helps to fill our graveyard, and Arcane Signet is the best piece of ramp that we have in the deck. It's what gets us to Liliana Waker of the Dead on turn 3. So that is our deck tech for Liliana Waker of the Dead in Chapter 1 of Historic Brawl miniseries. We do have a couple of notable utility lands. So Phyrexian Tower is fantastic, ramp, and also a sack outlet on a land. Cabal Stronghold is really good in this deck. It's going to be making a ton of mana. We need 5 basic swamps to have this make extra mana for us, which we can get to. We have 18 basic swamps in the deck. And then we have a couple of other standard utility lands. So the Deadlands is basically a removal spell on a land, which is super valuable. And then Castle Locthwain. So that's the deck tech. Let's move to some games. Remember, if you want to see more Historic Brawl content, please share the video widely and let's show Wizards how much we love Historic Brawl, because I know I would love to see it become a permanent format on Arena. And they've mentioned that they're open to community feedback and just seeing how much people like the format. Okay, that's it. On to games. I don't think we can keep this with all the high mana cost cards here. We're going to take the free mulligan. Yeah, this is much better. We'll keep this. Pray to draw a 2 or 3 drop. We have our 1 drop here. And it's fine. Archfiend's Vessel is an okay card when you're reanimating things like we are. Okay, it is technically a 3 drop. We'll probably hold it up and see what opponent does. They look to be also reanimating things with Bladewing the Risen. Yeah, okay, good. We have a 3 drop, or a 2 drop that we just drew. Play that post-combat. Milling Castle Locthwain and Bajuka Bog. Okay, get a couple lands off the top. Something to discard here, probably like Cathartic Reunion, Thrill of Possibility. They could play that on our turn. Oh, is this going to tell us what kind of deck they have? Let's see. What are they going to choose? Dragon or zombie? Dragon. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I think we're just going to Liliana plus discard one of the cards that we have in our hand. I think it's going to be the Whisper. Alright, so plus.
Run now, and I might spare your life.
Discard Whisper. And next turn we'll Liliana's Mastery.
No interest in fighting.
Hope to aggro our opponent out. Okay, what can they have on 4? They can have a Varix Bladewing unkicked. A Varix unkicked or... I don't know, there's not many dragons that they could have here. This doesn't discount anything. Okay, so they're going to ramp a little bit. What's the toughness here? 4? We'll need one more land for that? Sure. We'll discard Finale. They're not going to have a huge number of creatures. They're just going to have like a big dragon, and we can kill that with Murderous Rider.
We're doing things my way.
Okay, so they can reanimate Demanding Dragon if they have a land next turn. They can also reanimate their Varix Bladewing. That's probably what they're going to choose, I think, is the Bladewing. But we can kill both, so not a huge deal. So 5 mana, Skargan Hellkite with haste. Okay, we'll take that down with the Murderous Rider. Attack Liliana, Waker of the Dead down to 1. Sounds pretty good for you, opponent.
Love.
But... Right, so we plus here, discarding Lotless Giant. They take 10 here. That's pretty nice. Now they definitely do kill Liliana next turn, but I think we're gonna end up aggroing them out here if we're lucky.
You think too much.
Alright, so let's just attack first. And now... Oh, actually, you know what we do? I think we wait on this. We wait until after they reanimate an attack. Yeah, let's let them reanimate something different. Like the Bladewing or the Dragon. They'll sit back, they'll think that they're fine. They won't kill Lily, and then... Because she can't threaten any of their creatures next turn anyway. And then we should be okay. Alright, so they're going to... Wait a second. Do they need one more mana to be able to do that? Oh, that's fascinating. They must not have it, because they didn't do it pre... No, we'd like to keep this, please. That seems like the end for the opponent. Good game. Okay, playing against Bant opponent with Chulane. This doesn't really do anything for a while. I don't know. Let's just mulligan it. Okay, a little bit better. Missing a reanimation spell. We can only get things back to hand here. Yeah, let's keep it. This gets us to Liliana on turn 3, which is nice. Probably discarding the Villas or the Lotless Giant at this point. Opponent will ramp. We will ask them to discard a card. Please, opponent, would you discard a card?
My own fate. And yours. I really don't care.
Discarding Ledev Guardian. Indestructible feels bad. They cannot cast Chulane unless they have white somewhere, because this does not... Incubation Druid doesn't make mana of any color, it makes what you have. Oh boy, it's tempting. Well, we need one more in the yard if we're going to do that, so it's not great. What can we do, though? We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. And then we'll discard Villas.
We're doing things
Alright,
my
opponent,
way.
we got the white land? They do. Here comes Chulane. Yep. We don't have enough cards in yard yet to be able to get Chulane. But and now they're just going to go off with Chulane. Great. Death Baron's an interesting draw, but I don't know that it helps us very much. Still only 2 cards in the yard. The Death Touch helps us a little bit.
No interest in fighting fair.
We'll sit back with our Death Touchers and hope to be able to block. And next turn we can get the emblem if it gets to that point. But probably it doesn't. They're just going to cantrip off of every creature. Okay. Don't know if they can reanimate it. I think they can. Do they have enough of green? They're down to 3 mana, 2 mana, 3 mana again. Ugh, they turned on that. Okay, that's a problem. Now Liliana does not ultimate if they attack with everything. We do get to kill their Chulane in that case, if they're willing to take that. I think they are. Are you serious? Are you serious? Oh, yeah, we're going to chump with the Taskmaster for sure. Oh, nice. We get the emblem. Yep, lose 1, draw a card. Sweet. Beginning of combat even. Sweet. Do we replay her? Really need a way to stock the yard here. -3. What can we -3 on?
Seize the day, my
I guess we'll take out their big mana advantage, but I mean, that doesn't really do that much. We're just going to get pwned here, I think. Yep. Now they're going to activate Nylea, maybe? The Uro will turn on Nylea again when they escape it next turn. Or I think we want to go to our graveyard. Let's get back Villas. Draw some cards as we lose life.
I bet you've never seen
It has haste as well. That's kind of cool. Do we race here? I think we've got to. They are going to be able to block for a little bit. Yeah, let's just race them, see if we can get them dead. We're going to draw a bunch of cards next turn. If I only had one more black mana available, I could kill Chulane. Okay, Gyre Engineer. And then escape Uro, maybe? But let's see. Is there any way we can turn off Nylea here? I don't believe that there is, but we are about to draw our whole deck if they attack us. Alright, well, let's take you off of that then. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and auto-pay for that. The Deadlands giving us the extra card draw is kind of cool. Okay, Josu's pretty good. I don't know if we can kick him yet. Murderous Rider's going to get rid of Chulane for us. Alright, we're getting some solutions here. Okay, I don't know that we have any counterspells in our mono black deck. Okay, that turns on Nylea again. Will they attack with anything but just Nylea? I wonder. And then we're just going to go off with... I think we're just going to go off with Villas next turn, paying life. Oh, maybe we should have Font of Agonies in this deck. That might be fun to be able to just, like, pay life and get cards. And then also have, like, that extra ability to kill creatures with Font of Agonies. But it is not a zombie, so it does dilute our zombie deck a little bit. Okay, so just Nylea, please. Yes! God bless you, opponent. God bless you. We will be happy to lose our Death Baron and keep our Liliana. The weakness of these attacks is absolutely stunning. Okay, Deadeye Tracker sounds fun. Massacre Worm also sounds pretty fun. Yeah, let's just Massacre Worm. We'll kill everything they love. So, opponent, I heard you wanted to have a lot of small creatures in your deck. I heard that this was a thing that you liked. No, our graveyard. Why does it always default to the opponent's graveyard? That's so annoying. Our graveyard is the better graveyard, clearly. Alright, run them out. And then we'll just kind of pay life for the things that stick around. Yep, lose a bunch of life, sure. We'll start killing with Chulane. Might as well just do this during combat. It doesn't really matter when we do it. Oh my gosh, we're about to draw so many cards. Just draw our whole deck here. One more? Sure. And then we still have Bells Unlocked post-combat. Nope, that's not going to work. Don't do it, opponent. That's not going to work. Don't do it. It's not going to work. Don't do it. Oh, okay, that'll work. Let's just make them pay the tax. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Return that creature to its owner's hand. That's fine, actually. Let's just let them replay Chulane. I don't really mind. Next. Next. We take 8. And what do we do? What do we do? A lot of good plays here, right? Let's just do the Demon Lord and try to clock our opponent as much as possible. I know we leave them with a decent board, but it's whatever. Discard 3? Alright. What do we want to reanimate? There's really no good targets here except for here. This, and yeah, this is not great either. Alright, we've got some beefy blockers here for Uro. Uh-huh. We can block Nylea with Uro, or with Demon Lord. I think we do. I think we just block Uro with the Demon Lord here. Yeah, that's fine. Do not mind that. Or do we just block with Massacre Worm? Which one do we want? I mean, we have enough cards right now, right? Like, we want to get rid of their board. Block. And then we'll do what we should have done last turn, which is just clean up the board with with Villas. Okay, we get a little extra draw because that's really what we needed. Boy, what we need to do is try to gain some life. Yep, got it. Double cantrip. Opponent has drawn half their deck at this point. Giving us more stuff to clean up here, but Massacre Room can take care of a lot of these problems. And then we'll just start using Villas's ability on the things that remain. Nothing has reach. We have Xaxes, unless they can gain some life here. Oh man, Massacre Worm is really going to get them. Actually, I forgot about that. Yeah, Massacre Worm is actually going to get them really badly here. I think we might actually kill them with Massacre Worm. Let's just do this, because why the heck not? Oh, sure. Yeah, Massacre Worm doing work there. Okay, that's a keep for me, and I think we're going to lead on the Memorial since we don't have a 1-drop. And then we'll go turn 2 Mire Triton into turn 3 Standard Bearer, maybe. Okay, here goes the Triton. Milling a Swamp and a Gem Pompolooter. Okay, so they're going to be playing their Barkhide Troll, and we're on 3. What do we want on 3? Huh. The Standard Bearer, maybe? No. No, we'll flash that in after our guy dies. Yeah. Yeah, let's just do that. No attack, we'll block when they play their... Or sorry, when they attack with their Barkhide Troll, we'll block it, and then end of turn, we'll Standard Bearer to draw one. Okay, so make that block. Pass the turn. Or sorry, pass the combat step there. Okay, and then they're going to Yorvo, so we'll just do this in response. Okay. 4 mana. Now they're probably still going to be able to attack here, but yeah, they'll just play their 4th land, their Questing Beast, and we can at least trade with the Questing Beast. The Standard Bearer for the Questing Beast is totally fine. Three cards in graveyard. 4 cards after I cycle this Baron more. Opponent is playing their Questing Beast. So that's going to make Yorvo a 5/5, and then we're going to trade here. We should be able to kill Yorvo, right? Because, yeah, we'll go to 5 here. 5 cards in graveyard, I mean. no attacks with the QB. Saucy opponent. Okay, that's fine. You get in. No block. That's the turn. Alright, so we're going to Liliana next turn, kill the QB. Lots of swamps, all the swamps. So bye-bye QB. Now, we can't really attack because we're going to have to double block the Yorvo to keep Lily alive. And if they have a hasty threat, we're in for big trouble. They are not ramping at all, it seems. Just mono green aggro with QB in the Brawl commander slot. Alright, so what do you got on 5? Something good, right? Like a Vivian, Monsters Advocate, or a Nissa, who shakes the world. Or maybe just a Cab of Thorns? Or Gargaroth. I mean, there's so many good 5-drops right now. In green especially. Yep, okay, Shifty. But we can block it? And block the Yorvo. So Lily's gonna live here. Yep, you're gonna give it haste. Sure, makes sense. Oh, did they not give it haste? Oops, gave it trample. Misclick. Alright, so we're gonna double block on Yorvo and kill it. Because he's big problem. Yeah, you don't have any tricks because you're tapped out. Okay, so trying to punish them for the misclick here, but they're not sure they're going to let me. There we go. Taskmaster's pretty good. Pretty good. Comes in tapped, though, so we'll need to play another creature. We'll discard a swamp here. They will discard a forest, most likely. They've got these sweet Mirage forests. Looking good, looking good. I approve. Opponent thinking hard about what to discard. Get rid of their Ivy Elemental. We can do this, but yeah, I don't want to chump with that. So let's just chump with this instead. No more hasty threats, please. Thank you. We really want to attack with the Taskmaster, pay the 3, and then get back our... Probably our Lord would be best thing to get back. I think we're going to get back the Lord if we can. And we have 6, right? Yeah. Alright, so opponent goes to 6 mana. They play their QB probably. Oh yeah, that's going to be a problem. Liliana's down for sure. But we'll draw a card off of it. So, whatevs. Oh, okay. They want to do it that way instead? Fine. Lose 1, draw 1. Okay, Reggie's pretty good. I think we have enough to play both Reggie and Whisper. Yeah, we'll take action. That's fine. We'll play that like turn after this one, I think. Oh, and we even drew the land so we can actually do both without having to sack anything. Okay, we can't attack anyway, right? So let's just do this. Here. And here. And now we don't really face much of a downside from Reggie. And we have a good blocker here with our giant zombie dino. Boy, peeling like a Liliana Death's Majesty off the top would be something right now. Alright, opponent's down to 1 card. They are about to play it, perhaps? I'm kind of surprised they didn't play the Questing Beast again, honestly. It's probably what they should have done to just max damage right now. Are they thinking about sitting back and blocking? That's interesting. I think they need to be more aggressive here and just try to push damage, but it's good that they've run out of cards. Because I don't see a way for them to get much card advantage. What could they have? Like Return of the Wild Speaker would draw them 5? But they can't play that right now. I mean, they only have 4 mana. Okay, sure. And then Proliferate would be my guess. Yep, you got it. You got it, OP. No attacks. Awesome. So we've stabilized the board a little bit. Yeah, we don't have anything in hand to discard, so not a problem. Oh. Oh, I see. What would we like to get rid of? Well, we can also just Liliana get rid of something, but then we're discarding the knight next turn. I don't really like that. Okay, so here's what we'll do. Since we're not going to be able to attack with the Taskmaster anyway, we'll sack that to destroy the Hydra, I think. You want to kill the Hydra or what? Hard choice. Yeah, I think the Hydra, because we can block just about everything else okay. I don't think we're going to attack here. We'll just sit back. So Whisper is active, but we're obviously not going to use it because those are our 2 best creatures. Yep, sure. Okay, so they're still not going to play QB. Do we have anything in our graveyard to get back with the Folly, Memorial to Folly? Oh, I don't think we have enough mana to activate it anyway. Yeah, it costs 3, never mind. Alright, so that's how they're going to get their card advantage then. Discard nothing, draw a card. Oh, well that's quite good. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Flample, a little Flample action. Now they can give their Ceratops reach, but the thing is, Ceratops doesn't really matter because the stats don't block. They don't block our Demon Lord very well. Okay, so we're looking pretty good. They are going to draw 2 next turn, which is not great, but it's the way it is. Don't think we have attacks here. Could probably attack with the Cav. It's fine, but I'd rather just keep it back as a blocker. Oh, I forgot the, yeah, okay, fine. How many cards in graveyard? 9? Yeah, so we'll just Lily minus on that next turn. It's unfortunate. I really want to play the Death's Majesty one. I think we're going to discard Villas. That's kind of obvious. Oh, we could discard it and then reanimate it. That would be fun. Think our opponent would like that? I don't think they would. Alright, I think they're going to play the Questing Beast, but it's an open question as far as whether or not they're going to attack. Alright, just my turn then. Discard Villas. Interesting. Yeah, I think that means we Liliana here. Liliana minus on the Ceratops. Oh, we're in business now. I think we get in for 6 here with Bells and Lock. Yeah, because we block everything else pretty well. And then they're going to get their draw. Yeah, we're not going to play the Bog. We're just going to discard it. Alright, opponent, what you got? Get some freshies there, some fresh cards. Okay, one of them was a forest. So now they're up to 8. Endrace Forerunners. Craterhoof Behemoth. These are cards that could wreck us. But if we untap and get our other Liliana down, we're just going to reanimate Bells and Lock and then we're done here. Pretty much done here at that point. We got 4 blockers to their 4 attackers. We don't have all of the most favorable blocks, but we can get something back when our Cav dies, and I mean, we can chump with Archfiend's Vessel on, or trade, or chump really the Diamond Knight. I think I'd probably actually chump the Diamond Knight, then maybe like trade QB with Regisaur, and then just maybe chump with the, or Eat something with the Cav of Night and the Whisper? I don't know. Hard to say. Alright, so they want to do this. We can fizzle their spell. We're going to target Villas. And we're going to sack the Reggie and this guy. Now, we lose our Liliana because of this, perhaps, but maybe not. No, I think we definitely do, actually. Okay, so that becomes a 5/5, sure. Now, are you willing to attack? Because we are just going to get Villas right back if he dies. Ram through over here. Gotcha. What are we going to get back? Probably the Vessel, right? Archfiend's Vessel? That seems like the best thing for us at the moment. We could also just get back Reggie. That would really upset the opponent, right? Yeah, let's grab the Archfiend's Vessel. And then obviously that will give us a 5/5 to block their QB with. Alright, so it looks like they didn't really draw more creature cards, which was what we wanted. Okay, that happens. I don't see why that's good here. Still gonna trade with Villas. Oh. Alright, so how do we want to do this? Did we just not block here? Yeah, no blocks. If they're going to send everything, we don't really need to block. Because we're pretty close to getting them on the crackback, right? I mean, 2, 8, 16. Yeah, we're there on the crackback, so... yeah, we're going to take action. My turn. Alright, so we got some stuff we can do here. Let's actually think about it, though. Let's think carefully. That's going to cost us 8, but we only have 7. Well, 8 if we use the tower, right? How many cards in yard? 11. It's going to take our whole turn. Would we be better off just Lilianaing? Just Death's Majesty, maybe? No, we don't really have anything great to get back. Yeah, okay, I think we'll do it this way. And we'll sack Whisper. Yeah, you can go. What will we get rid of? Okay, that has reach for some reason. Let's just kill it then. I think they replay it next turn. Or not. Or they misclicked. Okay. Yeah, the game ends on a misclick. The opponent forgot to put their QB back in the command zone so they could play it next turn. So, anticlimactic ending, but a fun game. Mono green versus mono black, and Liliana comes out on top. Well, I hope you enjoyed Chapter 1 of our Brawl miniseries, and we'll be moving to Chapter 2 next week with a mono green Stompy deck that has Galta, Primal Hunger, as the commander. I want to thank you very much for watching to the end of the video, and you are now part of the Cool Kids Club, now that you're here, as Covert Go Blue calls it. I will also be releasing next week's episode at the same time, so Wednesday, and that'll be September the 16th. I'll see you then, and until then, this is Evil Empire signing off.